So I've taken everything out of the organizer that I used over the past month, and I'm just going to go through those pretty quickly here and tell you about the things that I really did or didn't like. So this first one that I wanted to share with you is this Hot Buttered Rum palette from Too Faced. And while the shades were nice, I didn't really like the scent, so I don't think that would survive a declutter of my collection, so I'm just going to put it back for now. This Nabla Cutie palette, I love it. It was so good. So I'm going to put that one back and I'll use it again another time. This KKW Beauty, I don't know why, but I just really was not impressed with it. And I'll put it back and try it again another time, and maybe I'll like it more then. And for the rest of it, these are the Buxom full-on lip creams. And I did not really like these very much. They have a weird taste, and they're opaque, and they sink into the lines of my lips, so these probably would not survive a declutter either. I went through a few mascaras this month, and of course the Thrive is, you know, like a tubing mascara, so that one worked for me. But these two did not. They totally smudged under my eyes, and that was the Legendary Lashes from Charlotte Tilbury and the MAC Hot and Naughty 2 Black Lash. Both smudged, so I'm just going to toss those out. And instead of repurchasing this, I went back to my Old Faithful that I'll show you here in a few minutes. But I would use that again. And these two Ofra highlighters were really nice. So this one was my favorite. And this is from the Madison Miller collab, and it is the highlighter Moon Dance, and I really liked it a lot. This other one in Sea Shimmer, it was too dark for my skin tone, but I did like it. It was pretty, and I'll keep it around a little longer. Everything else was, you know, working out pretty well, so I'll put them all back in my collection and use them again another time. I did want to show you this Goof Proof pencil is finally done. I'm so happy. So I'll have already brought in an Anastasia Brow Wiz that I'm really happy with. So we'll get into the Shop My Stash portion. So this week I'm going to pull in this foundation from Too Faced in the shade Cloud, and that's the Born This Way. Also the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Snow. And this is a Milk Makeup holographic stick in the shade Mars. And then I'm thinking about pulling this strobe cream, and that's in the shade Peach Light. And then I will pull this primer here, and that's in the shade Invisible Undercover from Marc Jacobs. I'm going to pull a few lippies from Marc Jacobs this time. So let's just see what these shades are here. I like this packaging. It's magnetized. And it looks like we got the shades Georgie Girl, which is a pretty nude. Let's see. No Angel. Oh, that's a really pretty shade. It's like a pretty brown. And then Sonic Truth. So let's see if we can put Sonic Truth back. And I'll see if I can pull something a little brighter. So that's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I already have that in. Slow Burn. It's Willful. Oh Miley. Let's take a look at that one. Ooh, that's a pretty red. Okay, we'll pull that one in. I have a few new highlighters to try this week, so I'm just going to pull in these Natasha Denona Super Glows. And this is O1 Fair. And then also, this is O2 Light Medium. I'm going to pull in this Hourglass Veil Translucent Powder. I have really brought in a lot of eyeshadow palettes in the last couple of months here. And I'm having a little trouble deciding what I want to bring in. But I did bring in this bronzer from the Balm to my collection. And I know that I want to try that out. And that's the one that I think they used to call it some other name. But it's the Anti-Orange Bronzer in the shade Oliver now. And then I have these Pixie glosses that I know for sure that I want to try also. And they're from the Chloe Murillo collab with Pixie, and Pixie did send these to me. But I think they're really pretty. And I know that I want to use this Huda Beauty one some more. I have used it one time, I think, for a date night with my husband, and I really was happy with it. So I'm going to bring that one in for sure. Palettes from Melt, I really want to bring them in also. You know, they're just so pretty. But I'm not in the mood for these colors right this moment. So I'll save those for another Shop My Stash. I have the Mini Controversy palette. And I haven't tried that yet. So I'll bring that one in for sure. And I think I just want to pick one more. I think I'll bring in one of these smaller Norvina palettes. Those shades, they look like they would complement the Huda palette. So I'm going to bring in these from Hourglass. And that's the blush palette. And this one is also one of their ambient lighting palettes. I think they call it the Ghost palette. So you'll see that everything from the prior Shop My Stash is on this side, and everything from the new Shop My Stash is on this side. And I'll just get this Kaleidos makeup package out of the way. So I purchased the Space Age highlighter set from Kaleidos, and I figured I would pull one in for the Shop My Stash this week. And I was thinking about this Star Surfer one. And it looks like it's going to be very pretty. So it has a protective plastic over the top here, and just close up there. So that looks like a really pretty color. And it looks like it's a basic highlighter here. This Solar Sailor, and same thing, you know, really cute little highlighter. See the shade here. Okay, so that's more of like a gold shift. And I think all these highlighters have a shift of some sort to them except the one. So I'll bring in the gold and what looks like the basic one. But as I'm looking at that one here, and it doesn't look like it's catching it on camera really, it looks like it has a pinky shift to it. So I'll use it and test it in different lights, and I'll let you know. So I also picked up these highlighter and blush palettes with their ambient lighting powders, and this is the blush one. And it's so pretty. So let me just get you some swatches. And there you can kind of see the colors there. And there's your swatches. I love their blushes, they're so pretty. Next we have this Hourglass palette here that has their powders and a couple of blushes in it. It looks like it has some strobing powders in there also. So let's just look and see. Okay, so we got two finishing powders, 2 strobe powders, a bronzer, and a blush. So let's just give those some swatches, and there's up close just so you can see. It's very pretty. There's a top row there. You know, nothing really impressive really about that top row. So there we go. And it looks like one of these might be a strobe powder, because I can see like some sparkle in it, but just very faint. And then we'll swatch this bottom row here. Okay. Very pretty. This one has some actual sparkle to it. Let's see if we can get you close enough to see that. Yeah. But you can see it's very wearable, very pretty. So we'll add that to the organizer here. You swatch this Take Home the Bronze that I picked up from the Balm. So they had a sale recently. And it was something like if you spend $17, you could get a free palette. So I did that, and this is what I bought because I've been wanting to try this bronzer for a while. And when I was thinking about it, I think they used to call that Oscar. So it's just a matte bronzer. It looks like it'll work for my skin tone, so I'll pull that one in. I pulled in the Super Glow from Natasha Denona. So that's fair. This is light medium. So I have these glosses. I think they're called lip icings, and from the Pixie Chloe Morello collab, and they were sent to me. I really think they're very pretty. So we'll do some swatches here, and this one is in Bon Bon. That's the bright pink one. This one's in Parfait. They look so pretty. And then this one is Sorbet. Oh, that's really pretty. It's got like a purple finish. So you can see they're just really pretty glosses. And they do look like they have micro glitter in them. Let me see if they have a scent. They do smell kind of citrusy. So we'll bring those in. I brought in some Kylie lip liners, and we'll just swatch those real quick. This one is in the shade Beau, and I brought in a red lipstick, so I'm hoping that that will complement well. Okay, this one is in the shade Ginger. And this one is in the shade Malibu. Oh, those look really similar, don't they? I was hoping that would be more of a nude. These in here, and they're from Marc Jacobs. So let's do the red first. So that red was in O'Malley. That's really pretty. Then we had Georgie Girl, but I want to do No Angel first, and that one had a little brown. That's really pretty also. I like their formula. And now Oh Georgie, or Georgie Girl. I'm sorry, Georgie Girl. Ooh, that's like a bright pink. I thought it would be more of a nude. So But at least I have those brown liners in so I can change the tone of it. But that's what we have here for lips this week. Liners, I brought in the Precision Longwear Liner from Tarte. The Charcoal, Intense Charcoal from Clinique, and that is a quick liner. The Smashbox Always Sharp Cabana shade, and then the Marc Jacobs. Let's see if we can find a shade on this one. It's an ultra skinny in Submarine, and then Double Life from Urban Decay. So we'll swatch them in that order. So this is just like a regular black. For a wing liquid liner, it's a fine tip. I've tried that before and I do like it. So this is the quick liner. And I like to use that for filling in like the lash line. And this is Cabana. And that's really pretty, but it feels a little dry. So I don't know how well I'll like using that, but we'll give it a try. Okay, this one is the Submarine one. Looks like a navy, and it is. That's a pretty color. And then we have this Urban Decay liner here. Oh, that looks like a copper penny. That's pretty. It's got a little bit of a metallic to it. Hopefully you can see that on the camera here. And that was in the shade Double Life. The mascara that I brought in, that is, you know, my old trusty, is the Double Wear from Estee Lauder. It never smudges. It's a tubing mascara. And sometimes I'll just couple that with others that I'm using, you know, to keep those from smudging a bit. It seems like every mascara smudges on me except the tubing, so I should probably just remove them all from my collection. Okay, I have these Stila glitters and some shimmers here, so we'll do the shimmers first. Okay, that is Freedom. Okay, and then we have Vivid Amethyst. And I don't like these shimmers as much as the glitters from Stila. They move my eyeshadow around and you can see they're really not as opaque as what I would prefer. But they're pretty and I like to use them from time to time. So this is a glitter from Stila that's Diamond Dust. It's really pretty. Extra sparkly. And then this is the shade Charmed. And it's kind of, you know, one of those that has like the mixed formula where you can see. But if you look at it, it didn't really go on even. I kind of had to mix it, so I don't really like that very much. And then this is Sunset Cove. And that is a favorite. It's really pretty. And then we have Coral Crush, which is also a favorite. But I thought they would complement the Huda palette pretty well. What do we think about that? I love that Diamond Dust the most. So pretty. Glass Veil translucent powder here. Let's see if it'll fit in the organizer or not. Oh, it does, but barely. I really had to push that down. Okay, Okay, and these are just a strobe cream from MAC here, and I've swatched that before, so I won't bore you with that. And then also, I've used all of these before also on here and swatched them for you, so I'll just add those to the organizer here. Have made a lot of good progress on that Naked Skin Concealer. It's about ready to be finished. Alright, let's get a swatch of this Milk Makeup Holographic Stick in Mars. Oh, that's really pretty, huh? It's like a subtle glow, but it's very pretty. Looks like it matches my skin tone pretty well, so we'll start with this little Norvina. That's one of their mini pro pigment palettes. I'll give you some swatches here. And that one looks pretty crumbly. So we'll see. Yeah, that does look a little crumbly. And actually, on my Instagram right now, there's a giveaway for this with myself and a few other creators that we teamed up together. If you're interested in that, it's myvanitydreams on Instagram. So that's pretty. That one flashes a little bit of pink. Or if we can smooth that one out a little bit. Yeah, once you smooth it out, it looks really pretty, but it's like a thicker formula. But it's pretty. This Mini Controversy palette. I just think this is so cute. And I did order the Conspiracy palettes, and you know, I ordered extras for a giveaway of both the Mini and the Conspiracy and the Mini Controversy. So stay tuned for that. It was the second round, so they won't be here for a few more weeks, but when they're here, I'll share the giveaway information. So that is the Mini Controversy palette swatches. This is the Mercury Retrograde with Huda Beauty, and I love this already. I've used it once for a date night with my husband. Isn't that packaging just incredible? And the shimmers are just very magical. You'll see some of them look like they have a shift to them, but they're very, very reflective. So that's the first 8. Very pretty. And this one's a really interesting shade. So it's like you turn your hand and you can't see it, and then you can when the light hits it. So that might be a good highlighter option. And we have 2 more shades. Very reflective, very pretty. I really like this palette so far. But you can kind of see some of the shifts. But that is the end of the Shop My Stash for this week. And, you know, I really appreciate you watching. I hope that you'll consider subscribing. And I'll see you next week. Bye!